Hi guys! I've been trying to muster up the courage to film a proper makeup video since like forever ago, and I decided, you know what, if I don't do it today, I'm never going to do it. So this is what I came up with. I was trying to come up with something original, you know, something that's never been done before, something that's not just another one of the millions of neutral brown everyday eyeshadow looks out there. I was like, what can I bring to the table? And then it hit me. Bitcoin makeup. Has anyone ever done that before? So I searched on YouTube, right? And I couldn't find anything. The closest thing that I could find on Google was Bitcoin costume, which is not quite the same. If you know of any YouTuber or any person out there who has done Bitcoin makeup before me, please let me know in the comments. But I really don't think so. I'm willing to bet like $5 that I'm the first person to come up with this idea. No, but seriously though, if there's a beauty YouTuber out there watching this with actual talent and followers, please do a Bitcoin makeup look and make it viral. Okay, just mention my name, okay, say that I'm the originator. Like, I want to see this go viral. I feel like I'm a genius. Like, this is gonna break the internet. This is either gonna break the internet or it's gonna get like 2 views. It's like all my other videos.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
Before we get into the tutorial, let me just show you what I got from Jeffree Star. The Thirsty palette and this bright orange tangerine color liquid lipstick. Also, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but I was griping to myself the other day about this like fake wood design paper thing that they put on the casing. I'm trying to figure out because it doesn't match to me, right? Like, I'm sorry if this is petty. You can skip this to look at the tutorial if you want. I'll put timestamps down below. But I was just like, okay, like why wouldn't you just put a solid color in here? I mean, I understand if you didn't want to put something like this bright orange on the inside, because then it would probably overwhelm like the colors that they wanted to showcase. But then I finally realized that this is actually supposed to be an orange creamsicle pop. See, if you look at it like this, right, it's the orange popsicle thing, and then when you open it, this is supposed to be like the stick of wood that they stick inside it so that you can hold it. I feel like I'm the first one to comment on this. It came in this pink box, and then they had like this really cute logoed tissue paper with like the same orange creamsicle design on it. That was a nice touch. And then this was the box that the palette itself came in. Right, it has these like raised water droplet things, and then just like a promo insert thing. I just have a few comments. I love Jeffree, so don't get mad at me. These are just constructive criticisms. So I had actually watched reviews prior to testing this out that complained about the fact that this middle row of like these super glittery highlighty colors cannot be applied with a brush. They don't show up when you try to apply with a brush, so you have to use your finger, and that I have to say is my biggest gripe too, and it probably will deter me from purchasing other eyeshadow palettes from Jeffree Star in the future, to be honest. The liquid lipstick, however, I was really impressed by. I think this is like 10 out of 10. One thing unrelated to the makeup itself that I just have to get off my chest. I live in Tokyo, if you're new here and you don't know, and I placed my order on June 17th. I was scheduled to go to China to visit some relatives on June 27th. So I opted for priority shipping, which says on their website that it takes 4 to 9 business days, and I ordered it on June 17th. So I thought, okay, so that gives me like 10 days between the date of order and when I have to leave to go out of the country, and I thought that that would be plenty of time to receive the package before I left, so that maybe I could even bring it with me. It ended up not coming. It was there in my inbox by the time I got back on July 2nd, so I don't know exactly what day it came, but yeah, I looked on the box and it said that the date of mailing was June 22nd. I mean, I know it's not a big deal, but that kind of annoyed me a lot. Like, who is Nathan still like packing and shipping these things? Come on, Nathan, I'm going out on a limb here ordering from Japan. It's a joke, okay? Don't come for me. I love Jeffree and Nathan, but yeah, I mean, I think 3 days maybe would have been reasonable. If it still is Nathan that's shipping out these palettes, then come on, lay off the weed, man. Like, you have a job to do. My total came to $80 for just this palette and the liquid lipstick. So I'm kind of disappointed that it took them like 5 days to ship it out. I mean, I know that they were probably inundated with orders on the launch date. It sold out in like within 24 hours and everything, but still, I feel like their team should have been more on it. But anyway, enough of my non-product related gripes. If you want to see how I created this editorial style, groundbreaking, hieroglyphic-y design, this reminds me of like, you know, Egypt and Cleopatra and almost like tribal, like Bitcoin tribe. New hashtag. Let's just get into the tutorial. Okay, so I've already laid down my foundation and done my brows. I used a mixture of these two colors right here, Submerge and Splash, and I mixed them with my regular Sana Excel brow pencil and eyebrow mascara. Why did I choose to do that? I'm not sure exactly. Mostly because I was desperate to just incorporate two of the brighter colors in this palette into my look. But it actually sort of matches my hair, so yay for that. First, I'm going in with my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. And I'm going to prime my lid by applying it all over. Once my lid is primed, I'm going to go with the lightest color, Parched, and use that as an all-over base. And we're going to bring that all the way up to the brow bone. And I'm going to take Subtle, which is this slightly more tan-looking color. Deposit that right on top of that Parched shadow, and this time I'm going to bring it up to just my eye socket, like if you can see right here where I can press my eyelid in. That's where your eye socket is for people with flatter Asian eyes like me. Okay, that actually blended out pretty well. I'm quite impressed. I'm impressed because usually, like, I'm not even kidding, no matter what brand of eyeshadow I use, it always skips on my lids. Like, I don't think it's the eyeshadow's fault. I think it's just something with my lids. It seems like every single eyeshadow I own, including high-end ones like Tom Ford. And I take a lot of care in like applying my primer really smoothly, but no matter what I do, it's still, if I'm not careful or if I go in with a little too heavy of a hand, the eyeshadow just starts to skip, and certain areas of my eye pick up more pigment, while certain other areas just don't take pigment. If anyone else has that problem, please let me know your experience and thoughts and make me not feel so alone. Next, I'm going into this color Drizzle. I heard a lot of people complaining about this not being deep enough, or like they felt that it was a little too light to be the deepest color in this palette, basically. Yeah, I can see what they're saying. But for this particular look, I think it works. So I'm just concentrating that on the outer 1/3 of my eye. I would say outer V, but because of the shape of my eyes, they're shaped kind of like a dome. See, when I squint like that, see it's like a dome and then flat. It would look ridiculous if I actually drew a V, the way that I see most beauty YouTubers do. And I just got that on my cheek. Okay, great. Well, we're just gonna wipe that away. I'll go over that spot with foundation later. You can barely see, but there is a gradient. Make sure you blend that out really well. Get rid of all the harsh lines. So now we're going to move on to the fun part, the actual Bitcoin part of this tutorial. I'm using this orange liquid eyeliner by VISÉE. It's actually part of a new series of colored eyeliners that they have out. So I'm going to start by drawing this will be like the straight part of the B, except it's not going to be straight, it's going to be curved. We are adapting this B to suit our eye shape. So it's not going to be like a block letter B. It's going to be more of a cursive B, you know, like a Salvatore Dali-esque B. And the important point here, especially if you have flat, smaller eyes like me, is to do this while your eyes are open. Because if you do it while your eyes are closed, then once you open them again, it's not going to be like the same shape. So we're just gonna like that. I think I'm gonna bring that in a little more actually. Bring it in up to the like 2/3 of the length of your eye, and then keep this inner third open. Oh god, I don't know how to explain this. So the valley where like the two loops in the B like dip down, you know, what's that called? The VISÉE jean logo. I'm going to aim for that to be like around here, right? Like at the outer 1/3 mark of my eye. And I want it to sort of like loop around underneath my eye. So actually I'm just gonna line the outer third of my under eye area first, and following this curve, and then bring the bottom loop of the B out like that. Connect this bottom line with the tip of the B. Like that. And then I'm going to extend this, because you know how the Bitcoin logo has like the two prong looking things sticking out of the top and the bottom? I think it's to mimic a dollar sign. I just figured that out today. So we're going to draw that. And then we're gonna have another one over here. Try to get it as straight as possible. I want it to taper off at the ends. What would help if I had some tape? I don't have regular Scotch tape, so this is going to have to do. How do I explain this? So I want the two prongs. Well, first of all, the prongs themselves have to be parallel to each other, but then their endpoint, when you connect their endpoints, I want it to be parallel to the lower third of my eye. Like that, right? Because that way it looks more finessed, like you just stepped out of an editorial and not like a 5-year-old drew it. And while I'm doing that, I'm just rounding out these sharper corners where the lines meet, just to give it a more organic, natural type of feel. That's kind of cute actually. Now I'm going to go ahead and line my upper lash line. Now we're gonna draw the other set of prongs. You want them to line up as closely as you can. There's really no good way to do this other than to just eyeball it as best as you can. So you could use your finger as like kind of a guide. Line that up like that. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not following any rhyme or reason. That's not so bad. That's actually pretty cohesive. Now we're going to draw in the two little holes for the B. This eyeliner is going to be dried out by the end of this video. Try to follow the curves of the outer shape of the B. Okay, wow. Finally we are done with our B. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye off camera with just that basic neutral look that we did in the beginning. So we're only gonna have the Bitcoin sign on one side of our face because I'm way too lazy to do this all over again. Okay, so I finished my other eye. I put on some false lashes and mascara. There are literally people screaming on loudspeakers outside. Anyway, as I was saying, the lashes I use are number 106 by Decorative Eyelash. And the mascara that I use is a tubing mascara by Deja Vu. I have no eyelashes, but it creates like little fibers that adhere to your lash when you paint it on. I'm not crazy about this eyeliner. I mean, it's okay, but the color that it dried down to is just a little muddy and dark for my taste. Maybe you can't really see it on camera, but it dried down quite a bit darker. I was expecting more of like a bright tangerine-y type of shade. So I'm going to go in with my Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in Yummy. It's like a beautiful sparkly orange color. Let's take this out of the box and pretend that it's like my first time opening and using this. It's not. And I'm going to take a flat concealer brush. I'm actually just gonna take from the stick part here. And I'm going to try to apply it on the center of whatever area that I covered with the orange eyeliner. And I realized that they are quite thin lines to begin with, but just do your best to concentrate the glitter like in the center so that it looks like 3D, you know? You know what I'm saying, right? And I'm gonna use a stamping lotion I'm using a stamping lotion. I'm gonna use a stamping motion instead of drawing like a straight line so that it just looks more like natural and diffused. I'm not a beauty guru, okay, so please don't attack me if you think this is terrible. Because it just might be. I just wanted to exercise my creative bone, you know? Can you see the contrast between the liquid lipstick and the eyeliner? I don't know if it's showing up on camera. I really want to go into Filthy Rich, which is like this really nice mixture of gold and silver glitter to just accent some areas of the eye. It is very reflective and impressive when you swatch it with your finger, but I'm gonna see if I can make this work with a brush because there's no way that I can use my finger to add the glitter accents onto this design. I would say that that's my biggest disappointment and drawback, I guess, with this palette, because I do love the shades and I love the glitters when you swatch them with your hands, but it just seems like so inconvenient to not make them brush friendly, you know? Do you see that? That kind of worked, I don't know. This is a very chunky glitter, so I guess it's not ideal to use for such a detailed design, but it's too late. Just gotta go with the flow. And I hear that if you rub over Jeffree Star's liquid lipsticks after they dry, it'll activate the glitters. So I'm gonna try and do that with a Q-tip. And I'm just going to take a small domed brush and add some of this silver shade Divine into my inner corner. I'm gonna use Divine as my brow bone highlight as well. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of color to my cheeks. This is a Hello Kitty themed blush. Whoa, that is too much. I'm going to go in with Yummy and use it for what it was actually intended, which is a lip color. And then I'm actually going to top this off with this L'Oreal Paris lip topper in Rose Champagne. Dab that right in the center. Is it showing up? There we go. I don't know if that's blinding enough for me. I almost want to go back into Filthy Rich. Yeah, that's more of the effect I was going for. Now we have to glitterize the face. Fresh Glow Highlighter by Burberry in number 3, Pink Pearl. Just dust that all over the tip of my nose and my cupid's bow and the high planes of my cheeks. And then just for fun, I'm going to take some Divine and layer that over the Burberry. Whoa, do you see that? And finally, after 5 to 6 hours of my life that I will never ever get back, here is the completed look. Wait, did the Egyptians predict Bitcoin?